The scientists will lay out for you how an ancient rock found its way from Mars and it got to Earth after billions of years to have this rock tell the people of America and the world an amazing story.
These shapes are very similar to magnetite that's produced from bacteria on the Earth. The simplest explanation is that these are products from microorganisms that were produced on Mars.
We believe that means that they're indigenous, they belong to the rock. If they came from a contamination that came through the rock while it was on Earth, it would really expect to be more on the outside working its way in. It's completely backwards as to what we find.
That caught our attention, and we began to ask each other, is this for real? And I can honestly say that evening when I went home, I had difficulty sleeping because of the thoughts of what this could be, and I still wonder, are we sure that this is a segmented structure? Is it indigenous to the sample? And I've come to the conclusion, yes, it is.
But taken together, the simplest explanation to us is that they are the remains of Martian life.
It demands further scientific investigation. We must investigate, evaluate, validate this discovery. And it's certain to create lively scientific debate and controversy, to which the administrator says, outstanding. That's what makes American science and world science great, peer review.
Does not say it's part of life, because we know on this planet, prior to the origin of life, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and I happen to regard the claim of life on Mars, present or past, as an extraordinary claim, and I think it is right for us to require extraordinary evidence in support of that claim. Personally, I think that this is exciting. I think it's very interesting. I think they're pointing in the right direction, but I think a lot more, or a certain amount of additional work needs to be done.
Who is to say that we are not all Martians? That Mars was the place where life first started? We're learning that there's a lot of interchange of matter between various planets. You even find in Antarctica pieces of the moon. So there's all types of questions here, including the intriguing possibility that life independently started in both places. And we have lots to learn.
historian, prophet, who was also the great master of on which was based a certain notorious radio broadcast, which, as some of you may remember, sent many thousands of our listeners panicking into the streets all over the country.
New York City was just demolished, and they were coming closer. All of North Jersey is an inferno, and they are proceeding south.
One fellow in particular who owned a store took the money from his cash register and loaded his car up with food and took off for the mountains and left his wife and children at home.
Touchdown win. Fantastic. 16 kilobits confirmed.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, And liftoff of the Titan III rocket with the Mars Observer and America's return to the Red Planet.
We have an opportunity to get a picture of what some people think is a face on Mars and could have been prior, not single cell life, but higher level of life. We will do that.
Ultimately, we're looking for places where we would search at some time for the potential of early life on this planet.
Although life cannot live on the surface as we know it, there's still the possibility of this kind of life in the subsurface on Mars. That's an exciting question, and we hope to have the answer to that. The only way we'll know is to go there.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We're now on a doorstep to the heavens. What a time to be alive. In the last year, we've discovered planets around nearby stars. We've probed to the depths of the universe to see the formation and births of galaxies. And today, we are on the threshold of establishing is life unique to planet Earth.